Hey, what's up, Joe? A quick demo video for you, or maybe not so quick demo for your Thrawn hunters. These are the KR Sabers Thrawn hunters, but they're installed with a master chassis. So obviously, we're starting this demo off with the panels off of these Sabers so that I can get right into the chassis because they're kind of the focal point. They're both kind of identical. The longer one has an extra LED strip that I'll go over here with you here in a second. But this is the small one, or the Shoto rather, right? They both have KR Sabers 24mm speakers. They're both one button setups, so your switch is right here. You got a recharge port right here. They both have kill keys that came with the chassis. And then they have removable batteries, right? So your battery's right here. This thing has several moving parts. I'm trying to decide where to start. So we can work our way from here forward, right? So when you come over here, you have a door right here. And you can come over here and flip the door open just like that. And then here you can see your crystal. It's a crystal chamber, obviously, but you've got your crystal in there, and then you've got your rotating mechanism right here. And then you can close that. And then this door opens up for the battery. You can flip it this way to open up for the battery, and then come over here and flip it over this way to get to the board. Or if you want to just take the whole thing off, you can do that too because it's on magnets. So if we took that off, you got access to your Proffie board and your battery right there. And these are the wraps from KR Sabers. This is the door right here. So if it was on, you could kind of like flip it up for your board access, close it, or you could flip it up like this for your battery access. It's got a total of 6 magnets on it. So 1, 2, another 2 over here, and then 2 over here. It's easier to just take it off though. But once you take that off, right, you got access to everything. I'm going to go ahead and turn this light off, and then I will pull this kill switch for you. And so I've got your crystal chamber. Well, I don't want to cover it up. I got your crystal chamber kind of blinking when the saber's off. And then when you turn it on, it rotates. And if I open up that door for you, this is really hard to do and then try to get it on camera. But if I open up that door for you, you can see it rotating and your crystal's blue. We can twist it off and it goes back to just pulsing until I put the kill switch in it. Just like that. Whoops. This is a rotating kill switch, so depending on how you turn it, right, it will turn the saber back on. And then we'll just go ahead and close this, and we'll put the door on. The door goes right on. I do have to watch what I'm doing when I do this, though. On the shorter guy, it's easier if you put the door over the board first, get it all set in place, and then close it over the battery. This all is a very tight fit. There's a lot of stuff going on in here, but the curvature of this chassis and all the brass pieces, it's a tight fit. So put this piece on the board first, and then close the cage over your battery, and everything will go exactly how it's supposed to go, right? And this is the Shoto. And then we've got your sheen over here. Basically the same setup, just longer. And because it's longer, you have all these brass greeblies right here. And then underneath here, I put I think it's a 15 pixel accent strip. It was very difficult to get this in. This is one of those things that I think you're supposed to use something smaller than what I used. I used some 50-50 strips like this. These are pretty small. These are what I use for the side blades on like a Kylo or something. And I still had to trim these up. And then I had to go through, I did use a little bit of super glue on them, just because each one of these LEDs has a resistor right next to it. So I put just a tiny drop of super glue over each resistor so nothing touched any brass or metal like that. But because I did that, it was a super tight fit. But I was able to light this entire thing up right here, as you've seen. But the door comes off the same way as it did on the other one. We'll just grab it, pull it right off. Same door, it's just an opposite curve as the other one. Same magnet system and everything like that. And then same, board access right here and battery access when you take that off. So we'll slap that back on real quick. Put that back on, and I'll come over here and I will pull your kill key. And hopefully you can see that. Open that for you here in a second, but we got those LEDs over here going back and forth. And then I'll open this up. And hopefully you can see that spinning. I know it's kind of hard to see. And then we can close it up. There, it's easy to see it spin right there. And then it goes back off. And these LED accents over here will slow back down as the saber turns off, right? And it'll go back to doing what it was doing before. We'll go ahead and I do want to say something about this particular crystal chamber, and it's not like this on the other one. I had a lot of challenge getting there's 3 arms on that rotating piece. It was a big challenge to get them bent out enough to rotate around the crystal and not get stuck. Sometimes from time to time it acts like it wants to get stuck, but then it works its way past the crystal. In hindsight, I wish I would have sanded down the crystal a little bit before I put it in there. I just didn't think it was something that I needed to do. And then I was able to bend those arms enough outward so that it spins around the crystal now pretty well. I'd say about, I don't know, 1 out of every 10 times you might see it just kind of get stuck for a second, but then it works itself loose. So yeah, that's the only thing that's different on this one than the other guy, but it works fine. I've been testing it for a long time, actually most of the afternoon off and on, and everything's working well. Now on the configs, which I did put a copy of on each of your SD cards, you'll want to take the last blade style and just delete it. There on this particular guy, there's 4 blade styles. There's one for your blade. The second one is for your crystal chamber. The third one is for your LED strip, and the fourth one is for your motor. You want to take that motor one out. You don't need it anymore. And then the same on the Shoto. That's it's got 3 blade styles per font. I only put 1 font a piece on here because I figure you're going to go in here and do your own thing. But on the Shoto, it just needs 2, right? You'll have your main blade in your crystal chamber. And the reason for that is I wired the motor up to the speaker pad. So that way I didn't need a code, or that way you don't need a code to activate it. The motor will spin with sound. So that's what I did there. And I thought that worked out a little bit better than the previous motors that I've done. Yeah, it's just pretty cool that way. All right. So now that we've gotten through these crystal chambers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and put both of the panels on, and then come back and we will just slap a blade in each of these guys and fire it up so that you can see that your stock V3s are doing everything that they're supposed to. Okay, so I got both of the panels on. The panels are right here, obviously, right? So you put these on. What you want to do when you take this off is you first want to take the screw out of right here, take this pommel off, and this panel will kind of pop up and slide out. It slides up underneath the lip near the emitter here a little bit, and then, oh, I'm sorry, you got to take this off too. So take this off, take that off, and this panel will pop up and slide out towards the pommel. And that's how you do that. Switches are actually designed to work best when this panel is on because it sandwiches everything together. And you can pull the kill key, come over here and hit the switch. Got your LEDs firing up there. I didn't give you swing on for now, I just gave you twist off, but of course you can do whatever you want to do. And each of these will come with a blade extender. I'm just going to use the one for this demo, and I'm going to leave the other one wrapped up. But you just take this guy and screw it in, make sure it's tight, and then come over here. And these take a 1-inch diameter blade, right? So we're going to put a blade in here and then lock them down. I got that blade locked in. Fires up a blade just like it should, right? Your board is actually up here next to the emitter. So you get better flash on flash if you hit it next to the board. Nice blade lock up. And twist off just like that. And then, like I said, there's just the one sound font on here. So yeah, I'm not even going to take this blade out of the blade extender. I'm just going to unscrew it, leave it in, and we'll go over to the other one. But we'll kill this with the kill switch first. Just like that. So this one's good to go. That's your large one. And same thing on your small guy right here, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll screw this in too. Probably not the way you want to do this all the time, but because I'm just using one, I just wanted to show you that these work. All right. We'll come over here and we'll take this kill switch out of here too. Fires that blade up just like that. Blade lock up. Right here. Just like that. And we'll take the blade out of this guy, and I'll show you that the kill switch works on this guy too. Right? I just gotta find it. Put this in, and it kills it just like it should. But anyway, that is your set of Thrawn Hunters with Goth Master Chassis. Let me know if you got any questions, and if not, I will try to get these out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks.